to the final chicane. For the final time in qualifying, can Soundcoral try and bring it to the big boys? Neok puts it in to the top three and onto the second row. Good lap time there for the Pet driver. But here we go with Soundcoral across the line. Only P3, can't beat his teammate, but does go at the front of that second row. Elias Oliver Knott is coming across the line. Can he try and improve his last lap time for FVR? Across the line, he cannot, as he puts it in the wall as well. Elias, though, next one to challenge across the line. Can he start pole position? He also cannot and keeps it with a 140.4. Thiago puts it into P3 for the Red Bull team of AMR. Good lap time from him onto the second row as Arian puts it from into P7 as Rafael Kunch in P8 to the middle for FVR. Needs a big improvement. Has he got it? As we head through the final chicane for the final time. DRS wide open. Can FVR take a 1-2? It's only P3. And it's Kunch who takes it at the death onto the second row. But it is pole position for Oliver Knott for FVR. Dominant once again. 1-3 for FVR. As here we go then, the engines rise, the lights prepare to fall, and here in the shadow of the forest, the silence breaks and the battle begins. Oliver Knott with a great start, covers off Elias straight to the inside line as we head to turn number one. As he's on top of him at turn number one, it's Carnage in behind. As in behind is Thiago, Soundcoral and Rafael Kunch on the way down to turn number 3, 4 and 5 to the top of Radion as we head down the Kemmel Straight. It's Oliver Knott in the lead, but here comes Elias and pulling side by side for EVR versus FVR as we head to the brakes at Lakecom. It's still side by side, but no, a spin in the background. That's Thiago for AMR dropping to the back of the pack, but it's Oliver Knott who comes out clean out front, and it's Elias in behind, and Rafael Kunch fending off Soundcoral and Neok after chaos at the start. But what a start from FVR, 1-3 so far, and EVR lining up P2 and P4. Neok making up places up to P5, and that is 2 sectors done. Yeah, a bit of chaos. It's 3 wide actually with Tahubi, Boom, and Lawrence Patton as we head down to turn number 1. As now the Red Bull having to make a move on Tahubi in FRT versus AMR as we head on the exit back on the power. Tahubi just lunging slightly ahead of the pairing and does get ahead. Now he needs to try and set sights on Nilo up in front of him if he wants to defend away, but it's Elias at the top making a move for the race lead on Oliver Knott as we head down to Lakecom. He gets that rearing open and easily gets through on lap number 2. Jeroen and Arian Sanger pulling it side by side as here's Sanger. He goes to the inside, grabs the inside, and that's a perfect move, just like Oscar Piastri. And that is flying into Lakecoms and making the move. No worries.
Ethan, West Ham are going down, yeah.
Here we go. We go for a move, actually, into the final chicane. You don't normally see these. He is going down the inside, now turning to the outside as Elias on the exit. Who's got the better traction? Still holding the inside line is Oliver Knott. He's got the rearing open as well as we make our way down to the source. Side by side between the pair, and also Rafael getting involved, and Neok making a move on the EVR driver of Soundcoral. It's all kicking off down to turn 1 on lap number 5. Soundcoral and Neok still side by side as we head up Erosion to the top of Radion, still side by side. That is phenomenal work between the pair to not make contact. And as we go down the Kemmel Straight, who's going to have it on the brakes as we head to Lakecom, as it's Oliver Knott who takes the race lead. It's going to be outside line, that's going to turn into the inside line, and now the outside line once again for Soundcoral. Neok holds it. Spectacular move for Peck. But here we go. Rafael Kunch has came out ahead of Elias, and that could be crucial for the FVR 1-2 then when everybody else comes into the pit lane, and that is a huge move early doors. But who's got the DRS? It is Elias as we head down to Lakecom. He's pulling to the inside line, and here comes Neok as well. This could change the race and throw it on its head, but going for the switchback now. Going too deep is Neok, and going for the switchback of dreams is Rafael Kunch for FVR, and that is heroic, that is brave, and that is absolutely pitch perfect for Rafael Kunch to get back ahead of Neok. And damage limitation, but great defensive move.
Rafael goes for a move on the Kemmel Straight with DRS assisted. He makes that move nice and easy before the braking zone. Inver has indeed had a stinker. Thanks Jensen for the raid of the Twitch bot itself.
He's now under pressure once again from Elias. They're going to swap positions with that DRS. And maybe they want to work together to Hubi has had an off actually at the Source. That's interesting. He's still in the gravel, trying to navigate his way out there. As I think he's just going to park it up and retire here because he's not moving.
Is he stuck? I can't go on a different camera angle. Let's see if Inver can drive past him.
I think he is.
Okay, you are allowed to reset if you're stuck, but he's been disqualified.
He was stuck. He was. I think. Oh no, his car's moving now. Don't know how that works. But anyway.
Wheel disconnect. Ah, that's not ideal. Here we go, turn one.
Killed. Here we go. Where?
Source. Nilo.
Oh,
AZR mentioned Jeroen.
Here we go, both SCI drivers sandwiching the AZR driver, then flying through. AZR cringing, but we're still going side by side to the top of Radion. SCI versus AZR. AZR just lunging slightly ahead. Elias and Raphael swapping positions once again. As here we go with Arian trying to get a bit closer to the car ahead, but no, still stuck in between Jeroen and Nilo and staying in P9.
It is. Not going to come back through on Raphael for the FBR. All the podium place. Go side by side into the chicane, Mr. Bagnall. You'll be all over this, son.
Oh no! Into the wall! Send spinning a lake on, and that is podium fight over for Raphael Kunsch. Wow.
Red card.
As we head now to the final time, down to Laycom as heavy on the brakes once again. Oliver Knotts 1.7 is a gap. Max Power's close enough. As we go further back, it's Arian Sagner making a move on the final lap. He's going to go side by side with Nilo. It's still close between the pair, holding it round the outside. Still holding it side by side is the pair, nearly making contact, staying behind. And Sanger trying to make a move as we head around Bruxelles once again. Nilo versus Sagner, SCI versus AZR. It's close as we head into No Name, but just not close enough for him to make a move. And round Blanchimont for the final time, and what a day of racing for Oliver Knotts, and they've mastered the mythical tarmac of Spa-Francorchamps. Every corner a challenge, every lap an absolute statement. Oliver Knott crosses a line and wins the great Belgian race. And FBR gapped further at the top. What a race for Oliver Knott. What a win from pole position. And 22 laps of pure perfection. Oliver Knott wins here in Belgium.